Yo, 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 yo. What is up, everybody? Hope you're doing well. Happy Taco Tuesday, May 20th. A lot of T's. Taco Tuesday on May 20th. A lot of T's. Crypto doing all right today. You got Bitcoin back up over 106. Baby, come on. We are pushing closer to new all-time highs. It is unfortunately, as you guys would expect, not everything else is going up. In fact, most of the others are probably going down. We have seen the altcoin season number go down a little bit, fear and greed going down a little bit. But Bitcoin has gone up. We are going to be pushing new all-time high very soon. A lot of people are talking some big numbers for the new all-time high. Hey, 6 a.m. Doug, we here, my guy. There's a new thing on. I don't know if you guys can see this. It's a new feature on StreamYard, but I can turn this on. Oh, darn it! Now I lost Doug's chat. But it lights up, it puts the chat there right there on the screen. So we got a new thing. That's fun. I will definitely be using that. And this way, you know, if you guys chat, I'm fairly certain if you chat either on X or on YouTube, it will show up there. So thank you for being here. No matter where you're tuning in, make sure you smash that like button or mash it, as we like to say here on this channel. So make sure you're subscribed. Do the things you got to do. If you are watching on X, you can also repost the video, tag some friends, and bring some more people in here. We're going to have a good time. We'll look at the market, see what's going on here. We got some pumpers. Some things are ripping. Aave, why is it ripping? Well, probably a big deal to do with the stablecoin bill, the Genius Act, the Genius Bill. I don't know why they decided to name it after me, but I will take it. You know, I think that was very kind of them. And so that being said, we got some pumpers today, so that's good. We'll take a look at that. We'll look at see if there's some opportunities. As you know, the boats went out, our Shrimpin boats went out this week. So we've got to make some decisions pretty soon here on what we're going to do before the market does turn around, because we would like to capitalize on the recent dip that we have not corrected from. So we will take a look at that just in a little bit here when we pop over to CoinMarketCap. Got a couple articles that we'll go through, and then the charts. And if there is anything that you would like to see, in particular, when we go through those charts, just drop it in the chat. It's that easy. We can do that. Bitcoin dominance on its way back up. I will tell you, we talked about it this morning here over on the Web3 Breakfast Show, that if you look again, and we've talked about this a little bit, we've definitely talked about it a bunch of times here. But I was going to say we talked about it in the past several times. But the whole thing with the Bitcoin dominance, getting to 70%, I feel we're going to march back up to there. There's a lot of people saying that, the market wasn't ready for, alts to go. And, I guess that would make sense, especially if a lot of us were targeting, a little bit later this year anyhow. So, we're on the Q3, the H2 timeframe, if you will. And so with that, it gives us a few extra weeks to get to July. As long as we've been going on historically with the dominance, like it goes up very sharp and it goes down very sharp over time. But over the last couple of years, especially as the ecosystem's grown and we've added a lot more coins and everything, like as you would expect, like it's still climbing up. We're at 64%, right? I think 65.5 is probably what we got at the peak, recently. But here, let me just see really quick here. 65.38 was the high. And so, with that being said, it's just been really extended, but it's still going up. So it's fighting. The dominance is still fighting through all that bullshit, all the memes and all the whatever that ended up being rugs and yada, 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 the liquidity suckers. Anyway, so with Bitcoin, just the dominance continuing to go up, I feel like we are still on the trajectory to hit 70. And even if we go a little bit above 70, that's fine. We've seen this thing go like 73, it'll wick up, whatever. But that is the sign that, from there, then, the capital can start to flow. It can flow down into alts. That is when we'll start to see the shift. Now, will it play out exactly like that before July? I don't know. We'll have to take a look at the chart. But shout out to you guys being here. Thank you so much. Make sure, again, smash the like button. Make sure you're subscribed, followed, do all that stuff. Bitcoin Henry, what is up, my guy? Doom, what's up, brother? Hope you are doing well, fam. Appreciate you being here. Appreciate you, brother. And then, as always, my guy, 6 a.m. Doug. Let's get it. All right, let's move right in here. Not much house cleaning, as you guys know. We are back from Toronto, so we did all that stuff yesterday. This is Bitcoin. I guess we do have a little Bitcoin Beats a week. I just remembered that is this week, right? Today's the 20th. Yeah, so tomorrow, Thursday. Whoa, okay, Thursday. That is the global Bitcoin Pizza Day party with the pizza down. So if you are in the Atlanta area, definitely come hang out. If you are not in the Atlanta area, look on the website, and I guarantee you there'll be something close to you. And if there's not, for next year, you can be the one who plans it. So very easy. What is up? Kill Switch. I appreciate you, fam. Thank you so much. You are live Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. So 8 p.m. my time. Let's go. I will tune in. We'll get that chit chat going. Appreciate you being here, fam. Okay, let's switch on over to CoinMarketCap here. Bada boom, bada bing. As you can see, the market's sitting at 3.32 trillion. So not really changed a whole lot today. Again, nothing major has happened. Bitcoin hasn't really done a whole lot, and that obviously would be the major market driver. But we've got gas is down. Yesterday we had to Showtime. At this time it was 3. It's down to 1.96. So there you go. You chop off a third of it. And we get to the fear and greed index at 68. And then the altcoin season 25. Here we go. Let's pull out the Shrimpin boats. Let's pull out the GPS, boys and girls. It's time to go shrimping. Stock market's doing well. There you go. Yes, at some point there'll be free pizza. Jerry, I promise you there will always be free pizza. All right, here we go. We've got a few more. So PITH is down there. That big unlock happened. So this could be the time to capitalize. And, when the whole market comes, this might make a little bit bigger of a resurgence because it got dumped because of an unlock, which is crazy. People are so afraid. Litecoin down 30%. I mean, really nothing down major. We're gonna have to get creative with our shrimping boats. Remember, we want to do the Ondo. I think we want to do some ICP. Maybe we'll do Tezos. Remember, we saw that article about its potential come up. So I'll probably end up scooping. Definitely wanted to do the Ondo. We think that's wise. Only we talk enough about it. We might as well throw some in the shrimping port, and then we'll do some Tezos. We'll do some ICP. We'll do some PITH. And we'll keep the rest in stable for now. So that's what we'll do. I'll at least check those in a little bit. We'll chart those when we get to the end of the show. Those will be the charts. We'll check our shrimping charts, and then we'll make our decision if we're going to buy those or not. So Coty, Arweave, and yeah, you know what? Also, shout out to the Genius Act. This shall open the gates for existing crypto payment rails, flex it to allow stablecoins, crypto to fiat conversion. I mean, at the end of the day, it makes it like a legal tender here in the United States. And I mean, whoa, right? Like, that happened fast. But here we go. Like, get ready for the big show, ladies and germs. Get ready for the big show. Crypto is here. And also, what I want to also do, I said also there twice, I realize that. What I would like to also do is when we're looking at the, and we talked about this yesterday, when we are looking at the gainers and losers of the day, we did not act on that. And I should have yesterday. I just got busy and forgot about it. But I will make sure that if there is something in the losers today that we want to scoop up, we will. And we can always go back and see what that was. I'm sure it's not, not up terribly if it did move a little bit. So let's see. Bags of Rags. What's up, fam? Saying I'm going to talk to my elderly parents about moving some of their investments into FBTC and suggestions on how to explain Bitcoin to an old person. Digital gold. It's just digital gold. And you got to think at the end of the day, you're moving away. It's just a different way to transact. It's just different money. It has the value, it has the backing. So it's no different than using your debit card. You don't walk around with a pocket full of cash. You don't walk around with a pocket full of gold. You don't walk around with a pocket full of any of that. You swipe a card. Right now, some old people might still carry some cash. And when you travel or whatever, I get that. But the whole idea of you are basically already using digital money it's an easy sell. It's a slam dunk. People understand that. Like if you're using a debit card, it's that simple. And there are some services that even make it that easy. I believe that new is, if I'm not mistaken, that new MasterCard is like one of those kind of things. And there's someone that I just talked to that had one of those. You don't even have to convert it in the back end. It literally just doop, doop, doop. It does it, for you. Like I have the Cash App card. If I want to turn that into fiat, I have to sell the Bitcoin to put the money on the card, that kind of thing. So it's a little bit different than some of the other services, but it's digital gold. That's right. That's it, baby. It's digital gold. Neil is in the house. No more debt or physical money in the future. It will all be tap to pay. 100%. I mean, that's the thing. You get rid of a lot of, not that I don't even know if counterfeit money is a thing really anymore, is it? I think that they've, we went to, I don't know where, I think I gave it to my daughter. She put it in her piggy bank, which, by the way, very soon, her and I are going to be going to the bank. So we'll go to Bank of America and we're going to cash in her piggy bank because she's got this thing filled. It's fun. It's one of the things that when we went to Home Depot on the first Saturday of the month, they've got the kids' workshops where you build something, you paint it. It's a whole ton of fun. You get like a little pin as a little remember. So we got like a whole stack of pins on our thing. But this was a little piggy bank, right? With a little window, so a little clear window that you can see in it. And then, she gets like quarters and change or whatever that we have for doing tasks, eating her dinner, all that kind of stuff. And so in a matter of no time, she's got this thing absolutely filled. And so this week we've got to go to the bank and we're going to fill that thing where they count it all up. And we're going to put it into crypto. She wants to put it into crypto. So we're going to open up her wallet and all that stuff. So we're going to create some content about that. So that'll be fun. So still a counterfeit money problem. Whoa. Yeah. Dang. Cheers from Crypto Minute Run. What's up, Crypto Minute Run? I appreciate you. Let's go. The chat is going. There you go. Well, hopefully that's fun that the chat is now right there. Look at that. Boom, boom, boom. If you're chatting, your chat is now light up in there. So all right, let's go back here and let's go to CoinMarketCap. Here we go. That's what I want. So as you can see, trending is Aave, as Aave is up 10.5% today, up to 262. Big day, big day. Sun's out, guns out. That's right. Bitcoin 106,288. You got ETH 2496. Hopefully we'll see this thing back up over 25 by the time we get to the charts. It is not up on the day, but it is up almost a little bit over 0.5% on the hour. So maybe things are changing. Maybe the tides are turning. Maybe XRP 235 still down 8% on the week. BNB 646. It is up on the daily, up on the hourly, but only by a skosh. A scone. That makes me think of a scone, like a blueberry scone. Oof, with a little sugary crumble on top. Sounds delicious. Solana 167. That is not in the number 6 seat. Cardano number 9. We got Doge 22. I mean, nothing's really, like I said, nothing really big. Let's take a look at are we anything that is moving big time besides Aave? We got Pendle. Pendle's cooking up 8%. You got Curve DAO, Quant, the Trump token. We did get, I believe that we're going to go through an article, and I believe one of the biggest holders is Justin Sun. So we'll go through that. So he'll be coming to the Trump dinner apparently. Let's see, but we want to take a look at some losers. Anything PITH? Okay, so maybe we do want to add some more PITH at 12 cents, you know, moving back up on 13. I like that idea of adding some PITH back in. So maybe we'll just re-enter our we'll have to figure out what, you know, the difference was, but we can just definitely just enter in a new PITH position. Mom, yeah, your mom is so right. Alts will pop off when we least expect it. That's crypto, man. When you after you've sold, you know, like when you're like, you know what, this coin ain't moving, man. I'm gonna move this into Tether. The market's still going down a little bit, and in like a week or so, we'll take another look at it and maybe buy back in or whatever. And then, like, you know, as soon as you sell it, it rips like 20%. You're like, what the fuck? Come on, man. How many times has it happened to you? Smash the like button. Hit a +1 in the chat. I don't care if you're on X. I don't care if you're on YouTube. Hit a +1 if you have sold a coin and then within 24 hours, it absolutely pumped and you missed it. And you're just like, come on, man. Because you sit on that thing for so long, it doesn't do anything. And then the moment you sell, it goes. I know it's happened to a lot of people. So better see some +1s. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Come on. Hey, look. I'll do it too. +1. Mike Lowry in the house. My guy Chris in the house. Bump, bump, bump. Bags, old rags in the house. Bing, bump, bump in the house. That happened to you with H-bar? I'll tell you what. That's what I thought, you know, for me, one of them, one of the times it happened was my BNB. I sold it at $8, thinking I was the boss, thinking I was not Bruce Willis. What's his name? Bruce Springsteen, the boss. That one's for you, Ma. The boss. No, man, that thing ripped up to like, I mean, we know where it's at now, damn near $700, but yeah, I cut that thing at about 833 for real, 833. If I can, you know, that one that's scarred in your brain. And within weeks, it was $400 and it was just absurd. You know, is what it is. Thank goodness. Yeah, you've only got, see, that's the good thing. I have bags as well. There is, for whatever reason, man, there's only a buy button. Like I've looked for a sell button on some of the bags I have. There is not one. And so, you know, it's a forever hold, I suppose. That is where I'm at with my Ondo for now. There is not a sell button. We've got, I'm sure you heard my dog there. We got some guys working on the house on the exterior today. Okay. So PITH, I mean, I'm pretty confident we're going to end up adding PITH in there anyway. Not only is it in the Shrimpin list, but it is on the daily loser list. And then if we look at the week's losers, PITH is pretty much the first one that we would want anyway. So, you know, I think we're definitely, I'll just revenge trade. I will long BNB. Nah, I'll just kind of stay away from it, to be honest with you. It is what it is. I have like a little bit of BNB just to have some, but bought BNB for 27, sold at 591. There you go. Still, man, that's a nice come up. That's a big, you know, from 27 to 600. Come on, let's go. That's a fire gain, as Doug says. Fire. That's so fire. I agree with you. Yeah, that's a nice. Isn't that called hitting a lick? Like, nice. You hit a lick, dude. Nice. Everybody loves to hit a lick, man. Nice chunk. All right, here we go. So we did that. We're there. Probably going to be adding some PITH into the Shrimpin port. Let's move into some articles. It's time that we do that. First one that we got on tap here is probably, you know, a lot about this. You probably woke up to this news as we all did. They pushed it. I wasn't staying up through the night. I was waiting to hear what happened when I got up in the morning. But the Senate advanced the major crypto regulation bill on a bipartisan vote. I think it happened about 1:30 in the morning. The vote on the Genius Act, which would set up to regulatory framework for stablecoins, came 2 weeks after Senate Democrats blocked the measure. Here we go. Last night it was 66 to 32. 16 Democrats voted the majority of Senate Republicans to advance the bill. 2 Republicans, Senator Rand Paul of Kentucky and Jerry Moran of Kansas, voted against it. Come on, Rand Paul. The bill needed to cross the 60-vote threshold to advance to final passage in the Senate, where Republicans hold a 3-seat majority. All right, I know we know. We talked about this morning. Mitch McConnell. Oh, Mitch. He was a no-go on it. Whatever. And obviously, you know, Pocahontas was a no. Liz Warren. She opposed it from the get-go. I wonder, it'd be funny if she voted for it, but it doesn't say anything about her here. Thank goodness. We should take a look at that and see. Let's see. It says back here, when it hit a roadblock 2 weeks ago. It's really hard to understand why we needed to wait an additional 11 days for Democrats to finally agree to move. He said that he expects the Senate wouldn't vote on final passage before it leaves Memorial Day recess. And that's what everybody had been talking about, is that, hey, this thing, the goal was by the 28th to get this thing locked up. And because after that, after Memorial Day, they don't like come back for a while. And then, you know, as you know, you get into the later part of the years, and then it becomes the holidays and no one's around, and past, you know, they just keep pushing. So it sounds like the whole idea is to get this thing rolling as quick as possible. And maybe that was also one of the reasons for the holdup as well, because they called about it, you know, Trump, you know, he's getting too rich on crypto. But at the end of the day, like, anybody could be doing that. Like, no one's stopping them, right? Like, they can invest in stocks. There's no reason why they can't invest in crypto. Those guys all get, you know, loaded, you know, in other investment ways. Why not play the crypto market? Pump our bags. Just pump our bags. That's it. That's all we care about. You guys can come join the party. Just pump our bags. Put in. So what did Henry? What'd you say? Put in 2K in WIF and sold it 15K, and then put it all in other means. Lost it all. Damn. You know, that's the way it goes. Am Night. Oh shit. Hey, you family, I appreciate you. Thank you. Giving out some memberships. You got 5 people just scooped up a membership to the community here. Oh, that's big time. Appreciate you, fam. I appreciate you, fam. All right. Man, that's cool. Congratulations to whoever got those. All right, let's see here. The Trump family crypto dealings with World Liberty Finance. I got to tell you, actually, I got a message the other day. I got a text message the other day from a number that is not saved in my phone, but I do have text message history with. And I got to find where this is at. This was some information that was sent to me about the guys from World Liberty Financial. And my response was, oh man, that's definitely not a good look. So apparently they've been in some other businesses before in crypto, very unsuccessfully, very unapologetically, you know, to the extent of calling themselves like like internet slum dogs or something like that. Not slum dog, whatever, like scoundrels or scallywags or, you know, one of those kind of thing. Anyway, and so it's not a good look for that kind of connection and what they're doing. Now, is there, you know, a whole lot of validity to all of it? No, I don't know. I don't know that. I've got to check it out, and I've got to do some research on my own. And, it is what it is. So, ugh. The bill text includes provision that would prohibit any member of Congress or senior executive branch official from issuing a payment stablecoin product during their time in public service. So it's aimed at him exactly, launching that coin with the World Liberty Financial Group. So scallywags, yar. All right, here we go. This is massive. In our next article here, this one is about Chainlink. Chainlink CCIP launched on Solana mainnet, unlocking $18 billion in assets and boosting DeFi with data feeds and streams. So Chainlink CCIP is the cross-chain interoperability protocol, and it's gone live on Solana mainnet. Let's go. I know that this was, a lot of talks that were happening. So cool that all of these things that are literally building this new infrastructure for finance, and how it's all running, and how we're going to bridge the traditional financial world into this decentralized financial world. I'll tell you what, man, it's so fun to watch. It's just, you heard me. I think it's, this truly, we probably said it for a couple of years, right? Where crypto is definitely it's the largest transformation of wealth in the history of humankind. But like the idea of it being the fourth industrial revolution, I think blockchain technology is ultimately, part of all of that, blockchain, AI, and, maybe, I don't know about quantum computing. I don't know if we don't want to go that deep, but, definitely, certainly blockchain with the integration of crypto and changing the whole financial ecosystem. And then, having this sense of AI built in is truly what, I would say is the fourth industrial revolution. And it's just wild to see, when I started in crypto just several years ago, it was the Link Marines, man. You had this. For me, it started with more of like the fun side out of it. And maybe that's why meme coins really did ultimately take off, because people did just want to have some fun. And this is serious stuff. But the Link Marines and the frogs, and the suicide stack, and all the stuff, the fun stuff that went along with it. It's interesting that now, really, when you look at the articles, you talk to the people, you hear the news, all that stuff that was happening in these protocols that are absolutely fundamentally changing the way that finance runs throughout the world. And tell you what, man, it is so cool to have watched kind of it all change. And I feel like it's also anybody that's from my generation, around the same age, right? Probably late 30s, maybe even into your late 40s, whatever, where you got a really a true sense of you watched the analog age switch into the digital age, right? And so now we get to watch this shift actually happen from a different perspective. And so crypto is here, mass adoption is here, interoperability is here. Smash the like button for interoperability. Here we go. Justin's son, he is SEC targeted, but he is also set for a private dinner with Donald Trump as a Trump token holder, a top one, if not that. Look, their thing is going nutty. That's distracting. All right. Here we go. Justin's son. Oh, goodness gracious. What is their ticker is lost their mind. What in the world is going on? All right. Well, I guess we'll get the gist of this one here. That we can't do the article at all, can we? Nah. While Sun has confirmed himself as one of the attendees of the Trump meme coin exclusive dinner, the identity of most of those on the list remains unknown, as they signed up using their wallet addresses and 3 or 4 letter usernames. Now, we talked about this yesterday. We watched like a whole little thing about it. However, some people have claimed that most of the top holders are foreign crypto investors, which having access to the president as just a foreign crypto investor seems a little strange. Seems a little like, and if you're all going to have to go through background checks, you're going to have to go through the Secret Service if you think you're going to sit in front of Trump. So it's interesting how it's all going to work. If anybody has, problem getting in, to the Secret Service thing, maybe you don't want to give up your identity and you're a big token holder and you want to send me, I will go as your proxy 100%. We can figure out an arrangement and I will go if you don't want to, give up your identity, because I certainly would have no problems getting into get anything like that. I would think, right? Canada, maybe that's a little different issue, but the Trump token holder exclusive dinner. Come on. Get me. Someone get me. Get me. Thanks for reminding me how old I am, Jay Chains. I'm sorry. I know. We all gotta, sometimes it's that, that little blast of humility and understanding. But really it's, I have to remind myself I'm not what I once was. And sometimes things take a little bit longer to heal. You know what I mean? But that's life. That's life. You got to feel young. You're right. At the end of the day, age is just a number. And, I still feel in my mind, and as long as my body feels good, in my mind, I still feel young enough. I don't feel like I'm a 43-year-old guy. I don't even know what a 43-year-old guy feels like other than the way that I feel. I guess I know what a 43-year-old guy feels like. So apple a day keeps more money for crypto. Yeah, but you'd be hungry, man, if you're only eating an apple a day. That's for sure. All right, let's go. This is another big article. Robinhood seeking SEC approval to bring treasury bills and real estate on chain. Let's go. You guys know the tokenization is going to be massive. Again, that's why I'm telling you, like, you hear all these articles, you think it's just like, oh, it's like the local crypto company is going to do this. No, man, it is going to be the absolute biggest of the biggest. Robinhood getting in the game. Here we go. They're looking for the SEC approval. What's the TLDR? Robinhood has submitted a 42-page proposal to the SEC to establish a legal framework nationally for tokenization real-world assets such as treasury bills and real estate. The initiative aims to revolutionize Wall Street by merging the speed of traditional finance with the transparency of blockchain. And if approved, it could pave the way for a 30 trillion on-chain market by 2030. I told you, man. There's 16 to 30 trillion. Now they're saying 30. Guess what? I'm telling you, 50. Give me 50. Give me more. Give me 50. Give me more. This is like globally, like all this shit's like in the quadrillions. And like, I'm sure you can tokenize the debt as well. I'm sure there's a way to do that. So at the end of the day, like, come on, like 30 trillion is nothing at all. Give me 50. Give me 50 mil, 50 trill, 50 trill, 50 trill. I'm going to write a rap about 50 trill and RWAs, or probably have someone else do it because I'm not actually a rapper, but I will record it. So if you do stuff like that and you want to collab, let's do it. Let's do an RWA rap all about 50 trill. Amp Night. After the .com bubble, people started embracing the internet era. Same will happen to crypto DeFi. Oh, 100%. Once people understand, like if right now I think people think they're totally priced out of Bitcoin, but once they understand kind of more what DeFi is, because they, the problem is, when we try to tell other people, when I try to give other people advice of what coins to get in, you have to pay attention to like what someone else's like risk profiles like, because it's like one person would say, and I think we had talked about this the other actual morning. There was the meme where, you know, the wealth advisor, the financial planner who does this professionally said, invest no more than your, you know, investment portfolio, than 3% of your investment portfolio into Bitcoin. And, you know, the meme was on the other side is the degen, where it's like 3% in Bitcoin. Yeah, cool. Cause I got like 97% in altcoins. And you think about that, and it's like, man, it is funny. What's up, Crypto Princess in the house? Good day, ladies and germs. Moving forward, the community is now ladies and germs. All the dudes, you guys are the Jane Chain's germ squad, are the dudes, and the ladies, y'all will be the ladies. That's for sure. But the you guys can be the germ squad, ladies and germs. I think that's a fair thing. So we suck. Carrie, I fucking love you, dude. No, dude, I'm just being funny. I mean, listen, I'm one of the dudes in the community too, so you know, like we can maybe that's what our NFT collection will be, is just a collection of germs. So Crypto Princess, all the fights in Vegas are canceled. There are no fights going on. Karate Combat focused. So June, they are going to be launching, they're going to be opening the Bonk Stadium in Miami in June. So they are not doing an event in Vegas for the conference. And then Crypto Fight Night, for whatever reason, there was an issue. They couldn't get licensing, like the whether it was the city of Vegas or what is it, Paradise or whatever it is. They couldn't get the licensing that they needed. So no events. So there are no fights during the Bitcoin conference, unfortunately, which is kind of a bummer. Definitely looking forward to it. We can all suck together, all the germs. Darn right. Well, that'll be our NFT collection, is we are the germs, the dudes, the ladies and the germs. All right. Oh, y'all are funny. I like you. Germ NFTs. Let's go. I got a couple collection ideas. So maybe we need to start like a studio, a collection studio or something. I got a bunch of ideas they'll be killer. They'll be amazing. All right, let's go. Let's get into this article. Robinhood seeking SEC approval to bring treasury bills and real estate on chain. This is amazing. They did a 42-page proposal. This move could reshape the future of financial markets in the U.S. Robinhood formally submitted this to the SEC to create a federal regulatory framework for the tokenization of RWAs, and the proposal will include the issuance of trading of such assets of government bonds and real estate on public blockchains, signifying a direct integration of Wall Street with the crypto ecosystem. Interesting, right? So real estate on the public blockchain, they're going to push this. And so, man, I would say, like, if I was like a real estate broker, maybe not the broker, because you still got to do that. But if you were like a mortgage lender or like a mortgage broker, like I would think maybe your job's going to start to fizzle out. Because if this is on the blockchain, like why wouldn't you just integrate the payment for it then, and you just pay with crypto? And if everybody's going to have access to stablecoins, there's no fucking excuse. Honestly, like you just would go to your bank and say, okay, I've got the crypto. Now, if you're doing a loan, you know, maybe things will be a little bit different. I get that. But, you know, I think the idea is for most people, you take a loan against your crypto, right? You don't spend your crypto. You take a loan against your crypto. Yeah, that's the move. We'll have to figure this out. We'll have to figure out all of this works with real estate when it's on the blockchain, but that'll be the move. And I look forward to that. I think that's going to be fantastic. Platform for the future, real world asset exchange. They have the real world asset exchange, RRE is what they're calling it. It would combine off-chain trade matching for speed, on-chain settlement for transparency. It would integrate advanced identity verification, AML protocols through a partnership with Jumio and Chainalysis. Okay. This is going to position Robinhood as a key player in the evolution of regulated decentralized finance. As we know, there was the announcement. It was funny. I was at Futurist conference We were waiting at the VIP elevator to go up, and a group of people came up, and it just so happened that they were all from WonderFi, and I was chit-chatting with them, and it was the day that they had been bought. That morning, they had announced the acquisition by a Robinhood, and it was just super. They were super excited, and you could tell that they were, really pumped about that, integration there. So Robinhood's really doing a great job positioning themselves in some key places right now. So I think the idea of them, like people talk about trying to be the everything app or whatever, unfortunately there's going to be those things, and that's the convenience, right? That's we all will understand and come to agree that having the convenience of everything in one shop is good. Now you have to protect yourself for sure, but they're they will get a lion's share of the market because of the convenience factor of being able to do everything right there. And I mean I like it. I like Cash App for that very same reason. I can do stocks, I can do full on banking, I can do Bitcoin. It's Bitcoin only, but it is what it is. Hopefully at some point there'll be stablecoin integration with that as well, so it's not just Bitcoin only. But because it's there's a Jack product, it's Bitcoin because he's a maxi. Argentina. Here, our next story here. Argentina President Javier Milei shut down the task force investigating the Libra crypto scandal. He was the one who promoted the coin, and he's the one who's shutting down the investigation. He shut down the unit which was investigating the crypto scandal involving the Solana meme coin Libra, which he promoted, like I just said. Let's see. Investors reportedly made over $4.5 billion from that token launch, and the degree stated that the task force has fulfilled its duties, which was assigned upon its creation. All right, well, there we go. See, it's taking a new turn, they said. That's closed. The government considers that the information collected was forwarded to the public prosecutor's office and that the unit has fulfilled the task assigned by Decree 11425. So I guess, they're not extra spending to keep, something going. So they found what they needed to find, or they did the research that they needed to do. They did the digging, and it's time to move on. No more spending. Good. Love it. He did a nice job of what running his own country. We should just mind our own business because, for a while we weren't. Let's see. Good old Hayden Davis withdrew $87 million. Insiders cashed out $107 million more. That thing dropped like a rock, if anybody remember that. Holy smokes. While he did dissolve the unit, investigations against the president are still ongoing. Okay. CNN Chile reported that Argentine international justice systems, especially in the U.S. and Spain, are advancing investigations into the president's role of that his sister, Karine Milei, the Secretary General of the presidency. The Argentine parliament has also instituted a commission to investigate the case. Just like Trump facing backlash from the Democrats. All right. Man, I'll tell you what, that sucks that, if you get a president to promote a coin and you rug it, this guy literally, it came from the president account. Like, you can't deny it. Unfortunately, you can't deny it, son. All right, and we got a tokenization story. What's up? Oh my gosh. No, y'all are crazy. Y'all are crazy. Get Bitcoin pump. Is it pumping? Bump. 106, 106.1. 106.1. Come on. How's my Ondo friend doing? 93. Come on, let's go. We need to I want this thing to get back up to like $1.50, $1.75. I want this thing to just God candle up on the weekly for like 3 straight weeks. Just go. You don't have to go. You don't have to dub up. You ain't got to go to a 180. Just go to like, I don't know, $1.50, something like that. All right. Last article. Wait. Didn't we just? Yeah. Okay. That's two of the same article. One's just from Forbes. Robinhood's RWA proposal could bring Wall Street on chain. So we just. Oh wait, this is from Sandy Carter. Oh, okay, I like Sandy. Sandy from Unstoppable Domains. Yeah, absolutely. Sandy, COO Unstoppable Domains, alumni of AWS and IBM, on the board of Alatar, an AI company, former member of the diversity committee at the World Economic Forum, and a founder of Unstoppable Women in Web3 and AI. She uses AI daily. There you go. Sandy is awesome. If you're ever at a conference and you get a chance to chat with Sandy, Sandy Carter, Unstoppable Domains, absolutely do that. 100% recommend. You cannot miss. She's amazing. Coinchick in the house. What's up, fam? Appreciate you, guys and gals. Make sure that you smash the like for CC being here. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Yeah, for any one of you guys being here. But I do appreciate you being here, CC. But every single one of you, thank you so much. You could be doing anything in the world, but you have chosen to come hang out with us. So, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. All right. Let's see. We've done all there is to do as far as our articles go. So we'll probably pop into the charts here for a little bit, see what's happening. Make sure if there is anything specifically that you want to see on the charts, I will bring it up. Just drop it into the old chat. Drop it in there, and we will definitely take a look at it. I'm going to start with TradingView. We'll go through a couple that I definitely want to check out, see where we're at. We got to find some opportunities, and then also we'll cross-reference our Shrimpin chart, and we'll see. We'll look at the some different time frames and see, is this the right idea to get something like PITH? Because I'm pretty confident that it might be time to throw some PITH in the port, the Shrimpin port, because the Shrimpin boats are out to sea. The nets. We'll throw in nets. We'll throw out nets. All right. That was enough metaphor speaking. My bad. Let's go here. TradingView. Let's go to the total. This time frame doesn't quite work with that angle there. But so, all right. So as you can see here, the total crypto market cap. This is the weekly. Let's go to the daily because this week really just kind of started. We'd rather see. Oop. Getting our gutters cleaned today. That's always fun. All right, so we've seen a little bit of a look at this. We've got a very clear issue getting above here for whatever reason. That's our level of resistance that we're going to have to get over at some point. I think this is either a really solid consolidation phase. You could maybe even call this a bull flag, right? We've got ourselves the flagpole. We kind of, like that. There's our little bit of a flag there. So we could be getting ready to gear up and blast up out of here. Who knows? That's kind of what I'm hoping for. You got my note on yesterday's video, J-Chain's PITH. Yeah, they just had that huge unlock. Buy low, sell high. Absolutely. So we'll take a look at the chart. This is probably the day. It's down 8% is what it's showing right now on TradingView. We'll look at that chart in just a second. So for the Shrimpin port, I mean, definitely. So that others chart, this is what I'm saying, guys. Look, here is, and let's zoom out. This is the others, and we are coming back down toward. Oh man. I am a-okay with saying probably what we need to see is another run back up here. This would build support, right? So if we do that between now and sometime in June, and then we start making a comeback and we go up, that would time us out very well with the Bitcoin dominance chart. And this one, it's better to do on the weekly, so you can see here. Look, and this is why I'm saying like 70% makes so much sense, right? You see up here, boom, It wicked up here, it hit that, shot down all the way to 35%. You can't see that because of me, but you can see, in the percent column all the way at the bottom, shot down to 35%, right? It did it again up here where we bounced, around 70%, shot back down. This one, not as much, to 57%, but that was still a nice little altcoin run for sure. And then again, at the end of 2020 here, we shot back up 71, almost 72%, just a little bit shy of that. And then look at that, boom, shot back down to 40%. That's what we need. We need to top out and then just absolutely shoot down. Now, that doesn't mean that the Bitcoin price needs to go down, because we've looked at this before and we've looked at other times where, dominance can go down, but the price can still go up. So it doesn't have to be one or the other. There can be, you can see dominance go down, but Bitcoin price go up. So don't get it twisted, brother. So what I'm looking for is to still see this thing push up to 70 right here, and then a major reversal again. And we'll see. That's what would happen to bring this thing down, is the major reversal off this trend line. Hopefully you don't go down too much farther from it, and then rocket ship up. And then from there is altcoin season. But it's probably not going to happen until later this year, if we're really kind of being honest with each other here. We'll look at graph. You're still hammering away on graph. Boom. All right. Let's see. All right, there's dominance. Bitcoin 105.9 coming down a little bit now. We were at 106 just a few minutes ago. Got to get off the marker. Back on the daily. I like a lot of the projections that I'm hearing, man. People were kind of shy from saying, really high numbers. Look at this, man. We are like climbing back up towards all-time high. We look at these wicks right here. Look at these wicks right here. Man, look. This line is like where we topped out originally before we, body-wise. Obviously, there's some wicks and stuff. But XYO, yeah, the original deep in feels like a dinosaur tail right now. We'll take a look at that. I'll look at that one. Let me start that one. Drop some more if you guys want to see some other Gala. The tokenomics of Gala were just never done right. And then the whole idea of early on they were adding, and I just don't even know anymore because I'm not part of the ecosystem. When I moved on, we lost access to the Gala node, the founders node, and all that. But not only the tokenomics were kind of fucked up, but the whole idea of them adding a token for every one of their games was, something that really screwed over all the Gala, the OGs, the OG token holders, because it's like, airdrops weren't really like happening in crypto then. Now they were airdropping NFTs at their conferences, and that was wild, and that was a good time. But like these tokens for these games, if you were an OG holder, there was no juice for that, which, not that there needed to be, but that's what happened, is that it became such a diluted ecosystem. That shit got up to what? Like when Brian and Emery and I were at the Galaverse in Vegas, I think it got up to like 84 cents or something like that. And we thought it was going to go to the freaking moon, dude. Thought it was going to make a comeback. But again, it just kind of got fudded. It also, there was, they had this is on like a V2 because if something that happened. It's gone through some iterations now. The games are still going to be good if they come out as all the cool stuff that was promised and they talk about, and the ecosystem grows. There may still be a big opportunity for it, but I would say that a lot of people are not as bullish as they once were. But you could probably say that generally speaking across the entire board anyway. So that's not like a slam on Gala. So David, you even deleted all your charts on it? That's funny. Okay, so XRP, what do we got? What are we looking at here? We are still moving up, even though we are coming back down towards our support line. So this is one here. I'm going to set Been a while since we did this. Let's set an alarm here. Once per bar. And the message, let's say, check the bounce. There you go. So we got an alarm. We'll see what happens here. These things are all just kind of powder kegs at this time. And so, we'll get it. It's all about setting those alerts, setting those alarms so that you don't have to just sit by your charts all day. It's getting nice outside. I mean, we've had a couple beautiful days where I live. The pool, our neighborhood pool is open. I want to go sit by the pool some days, right? So what I can do is in the early morning, while I'm looking at my charts, set my alarms, I'll do all that stuff. And then, if I want to go to the pool and hang out for a little bit, in between shows or whatever's going on, I can do that. And if I get a beep bop boop on the phone while I'm by the pool, I just pop into the shade. If I need to get into a trade or check what's going on, we see you do what you got to do. So you ain't got to sit by the charts all day. Come on, you guys got to work smarter, not harder. For goodness sakes, 1% better. Do something to be smarter, not harder, right? That's a 1% tool right there. Let's go. That's one of them, right? Be a better trader. Set an alarm on your work. If you're doing the work, set an alarm on it so that when it happens, you get notified so you don't miss it. There you go. Gaming project, no longer see it as a crypto trading coin. I mean, that's a fair assessment, David, is that it became, I would say like an entertainment hub, right? Like when a lot of us got into Gala in the beginning, like it was just about the gaming stuff that they were doing with the, I guess, yeah, it was gaming. And then they did the music and then the movie, film, and they became like a whole like entertainment and media company. So they ultimately pivoted like a lot of companies did, and especially when you were early, and they made a fuck ton of money. I mean, I'll tell you what, those Gulliver's parties that they were throwing were top dollar, and they made billions of dollars with the launch. So yep, gaming. All right, so we got an alarm set on XRP. Target is the moon, obviously, of course. New all-time highs for sure. Let's put this on the weekly. That's a beautiful chart, isn't it? Oh, you guys can't see the whole thing. There you go. You want to look at PITH? I got you, Carlos. We'll look at PITH. We're probably gonna scoop some PITH up. I feel like it's time to do that anyway. So there's your XRP chart over time. Now this is the spot trading pair on Femex. So just so you guys understand what you're looking at. Your chart may look a little different if you're looking at a different trading pair on a different exchange, but there you go. Things are moving up. Oh, we should turn the let's turn the leapfrog on. How are things? We want to get off the weekly. Let's go to the 48-minute. All right, here we go. Let's zoom this out. I would expect that we will see the later part of the day move in the right direction for XRP. We're going to come back and hit the day. We definitely got to come back up, I would think, to the daily. We rode low today, which these are some of my favorite days because this is, a clear long to get back to the daily. This thing works as a magnet. So, if I were trading XRP, possibly might get into a long today, depending on how some of these other charts look. But knowing that we've got to push up to get back to the daily, I'm interested in potentially going long on XRP. That would be from where we're at right now. Be 1%. So you throw a little leverage on there, you can make it what you want, right? I mean, that's not really a huge trade, but it's something that you could scalp that. You can throw a little leverage on there and just run that thing back up to 236. Get you a little come up, get you a little juice on the day. Let's look at Ondo. How's this one looking? Similar situation. It's currently sitting at the previous daily. Now this one is same. It's about a percent run back up to the daily. So, I do a lot of trading of Ondo. I think I'm currently in a long as it is, so I wouldn't enter a new one. Maybe on a different account, but as you can see, it's the same move. This thing did already in the last candle in the last 45 minutes touch the daily, which, as you notice, the XRP one did not. Right? It touched the previous daily, but it did not come up to the daily. So I would get into the XRP trade before I get into the Ondo trade if you just want to get a little scalp ski. Zoop zoop. Just be on the lookout for that to happen. It would be a quick move. Watch for it because you can see we've already bought up a lot of this wick here. So it could run fast. And there you go. That would be a trade, quick little scalp. Take a look at it. Take a look at your charts. Ondo, we looked at VeChain moving up. Actually, it is moving on up. So it was about. I guarantee you, it's going to be about the same freaking thing. 1%, a little bit less. So a lot of things. If you were paying attention to this earlier, again, this is only the 48-minute chart. So just a several. Little puff. What's little puff? I need a little puff. So like say you were paying attention and you caught this thing as it was down here, like that, you could have, from here back up to here, that's 2.5% on some leverage. I mean, you could probably do some damage there. So VeChain, big time. My interview with Sonny, I did really quick. Oh, I didn't talk about this in the beginning of the show. Good time for me to talk about this. One, make sure you guys smash the like button. Two, I dropped earlier this afternoon the interview with Zach Nelson. He's the CEO of Genzio Media. So I dropped that interview. We did that while we were in Toronto. I had a great conversation with him. I actually had a really fun time listening back to it, doing the interview of it. I like him. Zach, thank you for your time. Thanks for doing that. That was a lot of fun, guys. Make sure you check that out. Tune into that. But also, I've started to import the footage for my Sonny interview. So I interviewed Sonny Lou with VeChain. So that was that was my favorite conversation that I've had in crypto. And so that was such a fun one to have last Thursday morning, I believe that was. And so thank you, Sonny, and thank you to the VeChain team for setting that thing up. And I hope I do the VFam community well. Asked the right questions and had a good conversation with them. You guys learned something. Also with that, so that'll be later this week. Also this week, Whitney and I are gonna go through the VBetter ecosystem, and we're gonna pick a bunch of the different dApps and start using them regularly. Start tracking what we're earning and doing all that stuff. So make sure you guys are subscribed over on the YouTube because that's where that video is going to come out, the Sonny interview. So make sure that's where you are. Also, I want to show you this. I can do this, right? Yes. Present. Stop sharing. Share screen. Window. Boom. Share. All right. So take a look at this. You guys will see. This is me. Wait, I'm going to get to the right spot. There you go. And I'm going to make a video out of this, but here I am, right? Get the Oculus on. I got to figure out the audio because it's like recording at double time. But here I am in my apartment. As I was saying this morning on the show, this was a lot of like AI generated art back in the Mid-Journey days. So this will be where the bar and the appetizers are. There'll be some tables for people to engage in networking and conversation. There's some more art. Remember, this stuff is like a couple years old. This is mid-journey. There you go. There's some cars. Fun. Look at my soldier. And the pinball machine. There's a little lounge for people to chill in. Rug invaders. Anybody wants a gamer? And then in here, this is where I want to turn into the podcast room. So when I can design it a little bit differently and to be a little bit more conducive for that. But that's the plan. So this was a big 6-piece art thing that I did, turned into an NFT. Remember, all of these are NFTs as well. So there you go. Boom. There it was. That's my apartment in Ethereum Towers. So very soon, going to start doing the morning show from that. So if you've got an Oculus, I'm fairly certain that I don't know if you need a key or not to Ethereum Towers to get in. Or if you can get in. I've got my apartment is open to the public. There's fun. It was funny. I went in more in the video and did some other things where I went upstairs to the penthouses and I tried to get in, but all the doors were locked. And so maybe there's something that I've got to do or a different setting, or not everybody has their apartment set to public like I do. So there you go. Yeah, that's the metaverse. So we're gonna do the morning show there. So if you've got an Oculus, definitely let me know. Shoot me DM. Get in the Web3 breakfast chat group, and we'll be doing some morning sessions from there. I think that could be fun. That we start to do some metaverse stuff again. That could be cool. You got to go to your son-in-law's and steal your grandkids' Oculus. I love that. I think that's funny. No, it's funny. Whitney thought the same thing. Is that Sandra's art? No, it's not. So again, that was back from Mid-Journey days. That was several years ago when I did that. And so it's that's always been a style of mine, as you can see. The sugar skull kind of theme and stuff is something that aesthetically pleases my eyes, and so I've always been a fan of it. And so that's why she's going to do it. I couldn't get her to do a tattoo. She's, you've seen a lot of her progress. And if you're watching, shout out to you, Sandra. But when I was in Toronto, I was with Carrie and I said, hey, get a hold of Sandra, see if she'll do a tattoo while I'm here. I was really in the mood for it. And ultimately, she's not ready to tattoo on humans yet, but I've seen a lot of the progress and updates that she's made on, the medium that she's using to learn tattooing. And so I said, fuck it, let's go for it. Like, I've got a couple shitty tattoos. Like, it doesn't matter. And I'm not saying that she would have done a shitty tattoo, but like, I'm okay with, I would have been okay with it. But at the end of the day, we did not do that. But very close. Even Whitney had thought like that was her art. But that goes to show that, hey, look, any NFTs now, I believe, unless I'm mistaken, and we'll get the guys on the show, and I think that's why I'm getting into my apartment, is because the whole idea of getting the guys back on the show and talking about it and using the apartment for that kind of thing is we'll see all the limitations and things that we can do and how that all works. But all right, well fam, we still have some more charts to do. I got off the charts thinking about the Oculus thing and then thought we were farther than we were. There we go. So we want to change what we're looking at and get back to trading view. There it is. All right. So be on the lookout for more of that Oculus stuff. And if you got one, let me know, and we'll figure out how to get you in and how to do some more group meetups. But we'll do some metaverse stuff. So, all right. Let's see. I know we wanted the PITH chart. Let's do that. Holy crime and nitly. This thing, if for whatever reason we were to see it make a nice comeback, for this thing to catch back up with the daily is 6%. With the previous dailies and almost 9%, that'd be a nice little come up. I tell you what, that would be a nice little come up, but I don't see that happening. This thing is just kind of tumbling. Now, at some point, we might see it make. I mean, the problem is, guys, like, I don't know where to chart PITH anymore. I got to get off the 48, and I'm going to put this thing on the weekly because look. I guess we do know where to chart this thing. This was like, I did not think that we were going to ever come back there, to be perfectly honest with you. But it looks like we are on our way. The all-time low that we wicked down to is this right here. I would think that, again, now, so there's the weekly chart. Let's go to the daily and see how this looks if we scrunch. Like I would think if we don't hold where we are right now, consider this right here is let's see, we want to go once per bar, message, PITH, generational, long potential. And then for this line here, let's go once per bar, message, PITH, generational, bottom, long, now. Actually, we're going to take out now because we don't ever want to mistakenly just go long. We want to come back to the chart. So if we come back down and touch this all-time low again here at like 10.5 cents, that would mean to me that it's time to really take a long and try to get, one of these kind of candles, because at some point there will be a sharp recovery. And if you can catch one of those when you catch everything and you happen to have caught a bottom here, like at 10.5 again, if we happen to come back down, once something, if it once wicks, it candlesticks or whatever, right? So let's expect this thing to body back down here at 10.5 cents on PITH. We'll go long for the bull run there. That's what we'll keep up. So we're not going to get PITH. This PITH is going to just keep falling, it looks like. We'll pay attention. We'll see. Maybe it makes a V-shaped recovery. Maybe it makes a continued fall down. But we've got our alarm set, so we'll see if it does pop down to one of our historical bottom target marks. Then we'll either scoop some shrimp up there, or we'll wait and see. Maybe it goes long, but it goes a little bit lower is what I was meant to say, not long, because we do at some point probably want to put in a long on PITH because it will bounce. It will bounce. So Mr. Mayo, what's up, G? Where's Mr. Mayo at? Mr. Mayo in the house. Yo, what's up, my brother? Hope you're doing well. You gonna be in Vegas? We're gonna see you this year at the Bitcoin conference. I hope so. Hope to see you all there. I'll have my camera, my microphone, all that stuff. So get ready. I'm feeling juiced up to do content after consensus and seeing everybody. And speaking of, I think I want to do let's see, are there any other charts we want to look at? Were there any other charts you guys wanted? Let me know. You can put them in the chat if you feel like it. If I see them, I'll do it. We'll go over this. So I wanted to take advantage. They were doing a on-site screen like printing shirts, right? And they were commemorative shirts, and you could pick one of 6 designs for a t-shirt or put it on a bag. I chose a t-shirt. There you go. Huddle to the end. So, and I was thinking about this. I'm not so much of a white t-shirt kind of guy. And I know you're thinking like right now, like, dude, you're currently in a white sleeveless hoodie. How could you not be a white t-shirt kind of guy? It's different. It's different thing. A sleeveless hoodie is like a different, it's like, it's its own meal, like kind of a thing. I mean, it's not a white t-shirt. And so I ultimately think that I would like to do a giveaway and give that away to someone who would like it, who maybe wanted to go but couldn't go, couldn't get up to Toronto, can't get up to Toronto, whatever it is. So be on the lookout. I'm going to post something today doing a giveaway for that consensus t-shirt. It's a white men's extra large, or just a white extra large. It's a men's size. It's a men's cut. It has not been washed. It has not been worn. So it's not game worn. So, you're good. And so, yeah. So if that's something you're going to be interested in, we'll be doing a giveaway for that soon. All right. I would get an iron on for the white shirt. Get the iron on. You got to pump it up. Blocky, what's up, my dude? Hope you're doing well, my brother. I am glad to be back in town for this week, and then next week is Vegas. So see what the plan is. See if we do Vegas or if we chill at home. We'll see. The goal is Vegas. Don't get me wrong. The goal is Vegas. So we'll see. We just gotta make it happen. You and the captain, we make it happen. So all right, I think that's gonna freaking do it. If you don't do it to it, and if you do, you and your boo, whatever. All right, guys, thank you. Yes. To iron out. Yeah, so a lot of like the shirts. So this was paint. Like this was actual paint. But a lot of the shirts. Is this one of them? Yeah, this is one of them. So Whitney's got a Cricut machine. So we made a whole bunch of these, and I got these things in a lot of different varieties. I love this. So it's got the W3 BC Media, and then on the shoulder here says Crypto Content Community. So these are fun. And yeah, so she uses the Cricut machine to do that. And that's a great way for people to you can make yourself a custom shirt. You can make yourself, something fun. If you are going to the Bitcoin conference and you want to promote your X account, do something, put it on your shirt and walk around. So see people, if that was one of your goals is you wanted to grow your brand, find a way to, when you walk around people, they can, people are really interactive. They'll chat with you. And if, you present yourself well, you'll earn yourself some followers if that's what you're looking to do. And that's just one example. So, all right. That's a 1% a little baby 1% rant right there. All right, guys. That does it for today. I appreciate you as I do every single day for being here. Thank you. As I said earlier, you could be doing anything in the world right now, but you did choose to hang out with me for a little while. And so it does mean the world, the community, you guys mean the world. Make sure you guys give yourself the old pat on the back by smashing the like button or hitting the heart if you are watching over on X. On the way out of here, have yourself a good night. And I believe tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern, is some more Web3 breakfast. So we'll see you at the breakfast table. Have a good night.